Hi, everyone. I'm Lee Erickson, the Chief Amplifier at the Happy Valley LaunchBox in downtown State College. If you're watching this, you're likely getting ready to do a design sprint with us, or you've stumbled across our YouTube channel by mistake. Either way, in the next 15 minutes, we're going to give you a crash course on customer discovery. So let's start with a question. What do you think the #1 reason is that startups fail? You probably thought maybe lack of money or team issues, which are definitely top issues. But according to CB Insights, the #1 reason that startups fail is they make products that no one wants. The Segway, right? Segway was a product that had a lot of investors, but it really didn't take off. So you might be saying to yourself, how can I prevent this? That's a good question. To reduce risk of this happening, you do something called customer discovery. The best way that I've found to explain customer discovery is through a kind of odd example. Here goes. Let's say your friend asks you to host a group of people for dinner. It's summer, so you decide to have a socially distanced cookout. You lay out the spread of burgers and dogs and wings and ribs. People show up, nobody eats anything. You find out later that they were all vegans. You made the assumption that they would like what you liked, but you were wrong. You wasted a ton of ribs, and you've probably pissed off a lot of vegans. So what could you have done to avoid spending all that time and money preparing food that nobody wanted? Well, you could have had a conversation about typically what they like to eat. Not ask them what you should have for dinner, but have a better understanding of what they do on a daily basis. This conversation would have allowed you to see that you were making an invalid assumption, i.e., they would like meat. This is the key to customer discovery, testing assumptions to see whether they are valid or invalid. When you act on an invalid assumption, you create risk for your business, and smart entrepreneurs do whatever they can to reduce risk. You reduce risk by building something that you know people want, not that you think that they want. Customer discovery is a process that helps you figure out a ton of amazing stuff. For example, it helps you figure out what the problem is, who has it, when they have it, where they've looked for solutions and where they fall short, and if they would be willing to pay. So how do you do it? Another great question. It's best to illustrate with an example. Let's say you assumed that there was a need for an app to help people eat more healthy. You are targeting working professionals, and you think that what they really need are more gourmet meals that they can make in the evenings using only the freshest of ingredients. But you'll make it really easy to make. They can learn more about cooking, they can eat something great. Who would not want that? So you set up some one-on-one interviews to see if you're right. So let's listen to see if Ben can learn something when he interviews Jason.
First, thanks for giving me your time. I really appreciate it. I want to talk to you today about an app I built. It's going to revolutionize health and your eating habits.
Okay.
So I assume that you care about your health, right?
Yeah.
Oh, great. So eating healthy is important to you, right?
Sure, when I can. Life is pretty busy with 2 kids and all.
Yeah, well, we're all busy. But I bet you'd be interested in an app that can help revolutionize the way you eat, right? Help you make gourmet meals that are healthy and low calorie. Well, let me show you how it works.
Sure.
First, you just have to sign in, and if you forget your sign in, don't worry about it. You can retrieve it. Then, I'm really into privacy. So I've built multi-layer authentication with Java using implicit intent. We all know how important privacy is, right?
Implicit intent?
So after you log in, you just have to put in all your favorite foods.
All of them?
And then there's an AI routine that uses the machine learning to match you up with your specific profile and the foods that you need. So it lets you know exactly what to eat and when.
It tells me when I can eat?
Yeah, it's great. Each morning you get a customized menu especially designed for you based on the latest fresh produce that you can find at the local farmer's market. Then you just get those foods and you're ready to go for the day.
Wait, I have to buy food every day at the farmer's market?
Really. It's all laid out. It has step-by-step recipes too. And there's a chat room where you can talk with everyone else about your health journey.
Not sure I want to share my health journey with people I don't know.
No, it's great. You'll love it. Lots of people do it, and it's really helpful in meeting your dieting goals.
Bro, I'm not trying to diet.
Wait, but you're trying to get healthy, right? You care about your health.
Of course, yeah.
Well, you'll feel so much better than you do now. And you can sign up for newsletters and that stuff too. Pretty neat, huh?
Looks like you put a lot of thought into this and you're pretty passionate about it.
Absolutely. I knew you'd understand. Thank you for your time. I'll let you know when it's up, all right?
Okay.
So how did that go? Not so great. There were a lot of false positives that Ben got. Ben is asking questions that he thinks that Jason has a problem with, but he spent the whole time trying to convince Jason that he had exactly what he needed. This is a waste of time, and he really learned nothing. He didn't listen, he wasn't curious about his potential customer's need, and he tried to make a sale at the end. Even when the other guy said he didn't want to share his journey with others, Ben tried to convince him that it was a great thing to do and he would love it. He learned nothing that would be helpful, and in short, he kind of blew it. So customer discovery is not about validating that you understand the problem or need, right? It's not about convincing someone to buy what you're selling. Your mission is to figure out where you're wrong, not to prove that you're right. Your job is to suspend what you think and instead get inside the customer's head to understand deeply their take on the problem or the need. This will allow you to identify specific challenges or needs or hurdles that they have, and it will also help you learn about what they've already tried so that you can see what's not working and why. So let's see if Ben can try that again, but this time let's hope he digs a little bit deeper into understanding the problem from Jason's perspective.
First, thank you for giving me your time. I really appreciate it. I want to talk to you today about healthy eating. I'm not trying to sell you anything, just learn a little bit more about what you think about the subject.
Okay, sure.
So, is it important for you to watch what you eat?
Yeah, I really do try to eat healthy, and I'm doing a pretty good job, but it's especially important with kids.
Great. So it sounds like eating a balanced meal is important to you.
Absolutely. I'm trying to eat well and get my kids to get into this too. But kids and healthy habits have to start early.
Totally. What types of food do you associate with healthy eating?
Anything green, I guess. Love me some fruits. I know that it's really important to have a colorful plate, and I'm trying to do that most meals.
Awesome. Sounds like you're on the right track. So if I had a mobile app that would help you build a customized meal, especially designed for you, would you be interested?
Maybe.
Great. I'll be in touch when it's ready.
Okay, it was a bit better, but it still was not that helpful. Okay. While there was less talk about what he was planning, Ben missed a number of opportunities to dig deeper, and he had some leading questions. For example,
is it important for you to watch what you eat?
Asking if someone cares about eating healthy is a bit like asking if they believe in world peace. The answer is likely yes, so you really haven't learned anything. What you really need to do is be more neutral in your questions. Instead, you should have asked Jason to tell him about how he made decisions about what to eat. That would be more revealing about what this person cares about and what was top of mind for him. And Jason mentioned his kids multiple times, so that was really a missed opportunity for Ben to dig deeper. Clearly, this is top of mind for Jason when it comes to meals, for example.
I really do try to eat healthy, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job. But it's really important to set good examples for my kids.
And?
I'm trying to eat well and get my kids into healthy habits early. So, kids and healthy habits have to start early.
Right. So, from this, you can conclude a couple things. Maybe he's eating okay, and maybe he's having a problem getting his kids to eat better. And doesn't really have enough information to know, so that was an opportunity for him to dig deeper to understand that from Jason's point of view. Finally, at the end, Ben jumped right back into selling when he said,
if I had a mobile app that would help you build a customized menu especially designed for you, would you be interested?
No. Ben has jumped all the way back to his first assumption, and he pitched a solution to a problem that Jason doesn't really have and Ben doesn't truly understand. Basically, he made the most common mistake, trying to sell something to someone that he thinks needs it, not trying to validate whether or not he needs it. So let's try one last time and see if Ben can do it better.
First, thanks for giving me your time. I really appreciate it. I want to talk to you about eating. I'm really interested in what you have to say. So there's no right or wrong answers, so just give it to me straight.
All right.
Okay. So can you tell me how you make decisions about what you eat?
Well, I really do try to eat healthy, and I'm doing a pretty good job, but it's especially important for kids. Healthy habits start early.
Interesting. When you say try, what do you mean?
I try and add anything green to the plate. Love me some fruits. I just know that it's really important to have a colorful plate, and I really try to do that most meals.
So how's it working for you?
Pretty well.
That's great. Tell me about what you did this morning.
Ooh, gee whiz, this morning was kind of bonkers. Keisha couldn't get her shoes tied and had a meltdown. Kenny forgot to let the dog out, so after I got them in the car, we just grabbed sandwiches at Starbucks. That's where I get my coffee. You got to have that caffeine with my job and all.
Wow, this sounds totally busy. Well, what about yesterday?
Yesterday, the kids had it together, but I had a last minute early meeting scheduled. So, we were running behind. Kids make you late for crap. So Pop-Tarts in the toaster and off we go.
What about lunches? What did you do for lunch this past week?
My kids get lunches at school, and those are pretty well balanced. For me, I order a salad with low-fat dressing most days and lots of veggies when we aren't working over lunch.
Interesting. Well, how often do you work over lunch?
Oh, I'd say maybe 3-4 times a week.
Okay. Well, what about dinner? What do you do at night?
For dinner, I'm usually running from soccer practice to piano lessons, but on Sundays, I try and plan out meals for the entire week, make sure there are good choices for breakfast and dinner.
So tell me what you did yesterday for dinner.
Oh, geez. Yesterday was kind of a crapshoot. Didn't have time to go to the grocery store to get the stuff on this list I made, so we just grabbed sandwiches at Sheetz. They have plenty of options, so the kids get satisfied, and sometimes I can talk them into buying a side of carrots.
Okay. Well, what about the day before? What did you do for dinner then?
The kids had soccer practice the day before, so I threw together something quickly. So I had more time with them. I've gotten to the point where we at least one night a week will eat out so that I don't have to come home and spend my time in the kitchen. But next week, I'll be right back on track.
Sounds like you're a wicked busy guy, and even though you plan out meals, you can't always make it happen with your hectic schedule.
Totally.
No, you've been great. Could I reach out again if I have more questions?
Sure. Can I bring the kids?
So how'd that go? Much better. Let's talk about what Ben did and what he learned. First of all, he listened and he dug deeper. When Jason said he tried, Ben asked for specifics. In short, what we learned was Jason wants to eat healthy. He tries to influence his kids. He makes weekly menus, but his work schedule combined with kids' after-school activities leaves him no time to buy or cook the food for the menu he's planned. Breakfast and dinner are most problematic. Kids are good for lunch, Jason not so much. The kids don't really care, but Jason's not happy about the long-term impact of this on his kids. So what does this mean for Ben's solution? Ben must create a solution that takes into account Jason's current workday, and it aligns with the ebb and flow of the week, so Jason must be able to easily adapt on the fly. It mustn't require that Jason go to the store daily for the freshest of ingredients, and it has to satisfy both him and his kids. So Ben has learned that his original solution wouldn't really work for Jason, and that's okay. He won't know exactly what to do to meet Jason's need at this point, but he's building an understanding of what is called design criteria. That is, the must-haves and the must-nots based on customer needs that he needs to put or not put into his solution. In customer discovery, you're not asking the customer what features they want or what should be included. That is your job. Instead, you're gathering data so that you can build a solution that you know that they need. Customer discovery also helps startups figure out the motivations and words that they can use to target their customers in their messaging. For example, the message to Jason as a customer is not helping him to eat healthy. It's helping him to find ways his whole family to eat better, with an emphasis on the kids, creating good habits and simplicity. Now, of course, Ben should not act on one interview, but he is beginning to see a pattern, and then he can talk to other people and look for similar patterns across multiple customers. Ben also has some other assumptions that he needs to test, like, for example, can he actually make a gourmet meal easy to make? And can he make one meal that satisfies both parents and the kids? But he's on his way. He's identified patterns. He's looking to see who's had them, and he's building a better understanding of what he needs to do to match his solution to a specific target market. So now it's your turn. For your class sprint, you are talking to other students currently taking online classes. Your job is to put aside what you think and to create some open-ended questions that you can use to get in the head of the other person. So great questions to include in your interviews are things like, that's interesting, tell me more. Why? And you can ask why multiple times because you're trying to get at the root cause of the problem. Also ask for examples like Ben did in the last interview. Using the online learning customer discovery prep sheet that your professor should have given you, and then you can start listening. We'll see you online for the sprint fairly soon. And hey, feel free to check out at launchbox.psu.edu all the other programs and resources that are available to you. Thank you for your time. We'll see you soon.